Welcome back to Unplugged with Buddyred. Let's get into it. Yo, good morning, afternoon, evening. Welcome back to Unplugged with Buddyred. I'm Buddyred, your host. And to keep the streak going this week, we have yet another gaming husband and dad, Vintage AJ. He creates an engaging and supportive community and is everyone's favorite gramps. Streaming Fortnite content on Twitch and posting additional content on TikTok and Instagram, there's always a way to consume some enjoyable content. Welcome to the podcast, Vintage AJ. What's up, buddy? How are you? Welcome in.
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
So, just to start off, would you like to tell everybody a little bit about yourself from your angle of content creation?
Excuse me. Yeah, about myself. Well, the introduction you heard, people call me Gramps, so to get that out of the way, I'm 44. 44, happily married, 10-year-old little girl. So sometimes it's a little difficult to find time to stream and do content creation with real life going on. But yeah, living, working my normal 9 to 5 like everybody else, 40 a week, plus a little part-time job on the side. So it's difficult to find time to stream and content create and that type of thing. But I do love doing it. It's fun. It's a good time.
It's good stuff, man. Yeah, so if you guys don't know AJ, we have known each other in the streaming space for about, a year now?
Yeah, it's probably been about a year. Yeah.
And through the time, you've mostly been doing Fortnite, but you also change it up every once in now again and stream some Spider-Man or other story games that you throw in there, especially when Chapter 5 Season 3 was around.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Awful.
It was peak, as the kids say. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
Dude, by far the worst. I think probably the worst season that ever had existed.
It was either that one or the Primal season.
The chapter as a whole was kind of but I think for season wise, god awful gameplay and not enjoyable. I think Chapter 5 Season 3 takes the cake for the worst season alone.
It was so bad. I think that's why they brought Reload out quicker than they wanted to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I got so much negative feedback off of it. But yeah, Fortnite mostly. Going to be streaming something new this week, Marvel Rivals.
Right, yeah. That just dropped for the open beta.
Yeah. So I'll be streaming that. I think on Thursday. But yeah, whenever things start slowing down and I get a little bit more time, I'd like to do some story-based games and playthroughs on those, like Uncharted. What's the other one? Horizon Zero Dawn is another one. Last of Us would be another one. So I'd like to
Last of Us is so good.
No, it is. I finished the first one, never finished the second one. So I don't want to give any spoilers away, but after a certain part happened in the second one, I quit playing.
It gets better. It's really good story and all that. Really excited for the season 2 to come out on HBO.
Same.
But dude, my wife, she only watched it. She never played it, so she is not ready to see. She's not ready.
Mm-mm.
And it happens so early on too. It's just
it's probably gonna be like their first or second episode, and then you're just gonna see people on social media go, "What the?" and lose their mind.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to see it.
The same. Me either. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I'm still gonna watch.
Oh yeah, we have to. Season 1 was so well made, but
Big
just
fact.
knowing what is around the corner is just it's gonna be
gut wrenching, to say the least.
No kidding. So let's start from the beginning of your content journey. So what made you start making content? What got you interested?
It was kind of random, really. Years ago during COVID times, during shutdown, when we were all in lockdown, couldn't go anywhere. I did one stream, May of 2020. I think we looked it up the other day, and and I was just like, this is cool, but I knew it was going to take a lot more than just go live and all of a sudden you're good. That's not how that works.
Right.
So in my mindset at the time, I wasn't focused on it. I wasn't focused on doing that. So fast forward to 2023, September, October, I was just sitting here one day at the house, and I was on TikTok or something watching Fortnite clips, And then I was like, you know what? I haven't checked out Twitch in a long time. Let me go check it out. I just started watching a few, and then I was just like, man, I think I really want to do this. So then I just got into it. Went out and got me a brand new laptop, brand new desk. Wife got me a brand new chair, sitting in it right now. Headset, capture card for my PS5. The whole nine. Surprised I'm still married after that. But yeah, and then it started, and then it continued to grow, and I was making a little headway, and I got affiliate in like a month and a half, which is
It's pretty
not
good,
bad.
especially
Yeah,
starting from nothing.
exactly. So I kept riding the wave, and and met some good people along the way, and yeah, here we are.
Nice. So were you integrated in like any communities beforehand, or were you just kind of like a very casual viewer and then just decide like, hey, I want to do this, and then once you just got into the creation is when you actually started engaging with other creators and communities?
Yeah, that's really it. It was the latter. It was just casual, just started watching, wasn't a part of any community or anything like that. I knew what it was, knew the gist of it and the basics of it.
Right.
But I mean, me personally, I've always had a fear of public speaking. So getting in front of a camera in front of even five people, like I'm a little nervous. It's weird. So that was hard for me to get over too, because I was just like, well, I don't want to be on camera, that type of thing. So it
Right.
honestly kind of helped out with that too, to a degree, get over that fear a little bit. But yeah, it was just casual thing. Started watching, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna be playing video games anyway. Might as well try to meet some cool people along the way, bring some entertainment to somebody. Might as well have fun with it.
I think that's probably one of the best ways to have the outlook on it is too. Like, you're not gonna nobody should come into any type of content creation expecting to be, like the next ninja, or at this point it's Jinxie or Kaisenet or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going with the mindset of, hey, let's see what happens, let's meet some people and have a good time, that's going to take you leaps and bounds further than anything else, I think.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Well, keeping on the topic of your content creation, so what has your proudest moment been so far in your journey?
What is it? What now? Sorry.
What has it been your proudest moment so far? Just like with your content creation.
I mean, probably make an affiliate in like a month and a half. I didn't know really how quote unquote impressive that was. And then once I got into the streaming community and everybody's like, damn, you did that in a month and a half off nothing? I was all like, yeah, I had really good support, friends and family, or well, friends and my wife, family really didn't get into it much, but yeah, I mean, just had really good support, and that's all you need, and consistency. But yeah, I mean, that's probably my proudest moment that I can think of.
That's awesome.
And the friends I made along the way.
Right. So you spoke about just being surprised that you're still married. And you have a family and all that, and make it any type of content consistently, even just streaming, not even clipping stuff and uploading to other platforms and all that. I mean, just being able to have committed hours to talking to a camera and kind of, I mean, not ignoring, but not giving your full attention to your family and real life and responsibilities. How do you find that balance between your life and responsibilities and creating content? But not even that, to go a step further, even when you're not creating content and you're offline, well, off off the camera and not purely putting your focus into creating something, but engaging with your community and other people's communities within like Discord and stuff like that, or going to other streams. How do you find that balance? It's a loaded question, but
well, thankfully, I'm not old enough to forget that much yet. I'm close, but no, honestly, man, that's probably one of the hardest things. People see, like you mentioned earlier, Ninja and all these other, Tim, the Tat Man, and all these big streamers, and I don't want to say they got it easy. They got, obviously they had to work to get to where they're at too. But they're able to pay people and do all this stuff, and they got a lot more resources than I do.
right.
So finding that balance is difficult, but I find it, for me anyway, I find it best to just make a schedule and stick to it, and make sure you set your priorities correctly. When you got your 9 to 5 job, so you obviously have to have that. You got your family, you obviously got to have that. My family's my priority, so they always will be. And if I already send out a streaming schedule and I got to do something with my little girl or whatever, well, that's what it is, and I'll cancel the stream and reschedule whatever.
Right.
And then with the Discord portion of that one you can get carried away and get down this rabbit hole of, next thing you know, you're in 4,500 Discords. You're like, what the hell happened here?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have found myself there already, and I have slowly started either like muting some of the Discords or exiting some of the Discords. So some of them I'm just not very, like, I don't participate a whole lot in there.
Mm-hmm.
I get in there and say hi every now and then, but I focus on the ones. I try to stay focused on the Discords that seem to, I don't want to say focus on my Discord, but seem to be a little bit more welcoming with my content, and we just mesh well better. And again, it's nothing against anybody else. It's just like, hey, I bond better with these people over here. You guys are cool,
Yeah.
but and
Those are the ones that you vibe with.
Yeah,
the
ones that I vibe with better. You got your friends, you got your acquaintances, that type of thing. It's kind of the same thing. But so I pick maybe a handful of Discords and try to stick with them.
Yeah, I totally get that, man. I mean, yeah, it's not easy. I find myself, I mean, I'm in, I don't even know how many, a lot. And especially just over the years, you're like, hey, this guy's cool, I want to join his Discord, but not necessarily, you don't always have to join the Discord to be part of their community or like to engage with the community, but it's just like purely just because you think somebody's cool and you want to that extra step outside of their content, but you don't want to be fully invested. So, I mean, I don't think it should ever be expected of anybody to be fully engaged just because you're in a channel or anything like that. But
I agree. I 100% agree.
It's definitely hard to prioritize, and some people take a little bit of offense if they don't see you active in theirs over somebody else's. But
that part.
I mean, you always have to prioritize your own community, or
absolutely.
I mean, that's just, you have to be you got to be a little selfish in content creation.
You do.
But that's just part of the game, and I think everybody should understand that. And then, I mean,
that's one thing that I have learned is I try not to be a super, super selfish person, but one thing I have learned in this community is most people are pretty understanding. It's like, yeah, bro, I get it. You got a 9 to 5, you got a family, you got this, that, and the other. So
yeah, I mean, just balance. I mean, typically most people's 9 to 5, you can't be on Discord anyways. Like, you can't have all those extra tabs open and things like that. I mean, certain people do. Like I myself, I'm able to chime in every once in a while on Discord messages if I see them, or I'll have streams up and stuff when I work because I have the ability. But there's a lot of people who don't, and some people who just have no technology access at all during the work hours and their commute and everything else. So,
yep. Well, I take a lot. Like, I typically watch Twitch on my phone when I'm watching you guys. Sometimes I'll turn it on the big TV upstairs because my office is upstairs and there's a TV there, and I can just turn the TV on. But it's been acting silly. So, and I take a lot of my work calls on my cell phone. So sometimes I can't watch. Sometimes I can, But yeah, like you said, it's not always accessible.
Right. I mean, those who understand do, and those who don't. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good answer. I mean, just do the best you can.
Yep. Big time.
So you just got into content creation recently. Like, we'll say you tried it out your first time in 2020, but really first started getting into it just over a year ago. So outside of the content creation, like, obviously you were gaming before you started creating content. So way back in your childhood, what got you into gaming? Like, were you born a gamer, or was it something that you kind of got into like later in your life?
Well, I guess I was kind of born a gamer. Really, I had our first gaming console. Is
really going to age you on this one.
Yeah, it's kind of a two-parter funny story. First is just going to show my age. But I have I have three stepbrothers, half brothers. They're my dad's kids, but not my mom. I can't remember
Okay.
what that is. So,
Half
but
brothers. Yeah.
half brothers. So I don't really have a great relationship with all of them. A couple of them I do. I have a decent relationship. Anyway, so back, I don't know, I was 2, 3, maybe 4 years old, and my bro, I don't remember this with my family. My mom and dad, my brothers tell me this all the time because it pissed them off. But so they would be playing. We had an Atari,
Hmm.
and they were playing that, and I'd just go up and just hit the power button and just turn the game off in the middle of the game. I used to do it
Such
all the time.
oh
It was,
man.
oh, dude, it was such a little asshole move. But no, my first gaming console that I really, really, really started playing was the original Nintendo,
Okay.
with Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers. I had the gun, I had the whole nine. I remember getting it for Christmas. Oh, dude, I was
Hmm.
pumped. And ever since then, I've had almost every Nintendo system, almost every single PlayStation. Never was huge into Xbox, but I did get it for the first couple of Halo games. But yeah, I mean, I've been gaming ever since, so right around 40 years, which is
Nice.
ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, I've loved it ever since, man. Loved it ever since.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was the same way with when I was growing up though. It's PlayStation was my main console. And I actually never owned an Xbox ever. Mostly because when I wanted to play online was free on the PlayStation.
Mm,
So that was like a big pull for me as like a kid when that way I didn't have to be like, Mom, can I have a membership this month? And it's like
yeah,
I'll just have it. So
yeah. Back then it was PS Plus was free to play online. So
yeah. So
my
that was a big
cousin,
pull.
yeah, my cousin, I'll never forget when I was growing up playing video games. I was 18, 19 years old. My cousin's a little bit older. He said, when you get in your upper 30s and 40s, you get a family, you'll stop playing these video games. No, I'm still here.
Well, it's all about priority, but it's also your hobby. Like
Exactly.
so I mean, depending on what other people do, some people, they do certain things that where they can't find the time to play games. But if playing a game is like your hobby, you're gonna
Hmm.
find time to do it.
Absolutely. 100%.
Especially when your wife completely understands that and supports it. So,
Oh, yeah.
which also, I mean, that's probably the biggest thing. Like we're talking about, like the work life balance and life balance and all that with content creation. Like your relationships is like really what allows you to do this in the first place. And
Oh,
being able to have
100%.
that transparency with them and be like, hey, can I ignore you for 4 hours? Like yeah, do your thing, knock it out, because they understand. It's like this is what you want to do, and you want to see where you can take it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Yeah. When I first came to her about it, I was just like, I think I'm going to start streaming. She was just like, all right, get it. If you're going to get it. And, she's like, I don't think I've ever seen you get behind something like this, this much.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. But yeah, she's never been one to be like, no, you can't play the video game or anything like that. I always bust your chops, when I'm talking about her on stream, but she's never really once done that. So,
Right. Yeah, I mean, I have ADHD, like the very typical like I go through hobbies like crazy, like
hmm
every
that's,
few months I have something else.
that's
Like
my wife.
I used to be big into like billiards, pool, and stuff like that, and like doing tournaments that like local tournaments like at bars and stuff like that
Mm.
for fun. That was my thing. And like the only thing that I've actually ever stuck with year after year after year has always been like content creation or streaming or something. Not to say that I haven't quit a time or two because every once in a while I get too tied up in the numbers and I was frustrated with my growth,
Mm.
which you
Okay.
that's
Everybody
what
goes through
comes
that.
with it. But ever since returning, and especially my big return just over a year ago at this point, like I've just been like all in.
Mhm.
There's just something, and especially it's like once you find that community of guys, like I knew I've met a lot of people through gaming. I'm still friends with a lot of people that when I started creating content back in 2018, 2019 time frame. I still talk to the guys. I still play with a lot of them. But I think since my return, my life changed a lot with having a kid and stuff, and then finding other gamer dads that I was able to really like connect with, who understood the responsibilities and just the change of life, and seeing everybody in the same kind of boat being able to create content and balance. I think that's like that sense of community really like pushes, it drives like I think guys like us to find the time to keep doing it.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of why me and you and Bot, we've all kind of just hit it off and just kind of been like, all right, I'm rolling with y'all. You're my favorite. Come here. Let's all hang out.
Right. You're my friend now.
Yep. So
We're gonna play video games.
and I do, like I said, I have a blast, dude. Like, you know, it's that was a couple Sundays we all got together and played that morning. That was fun.
It's a lot of fun.
A good time. I mean, hell, we got back-to-back wins. So I mean, you know, it was a good time.
Yeah. That was for the season or chapter 6 open, right?
Yeah, that was first day. Yeah.
Yeah, that was lit. That was a lot of fun.
I like this. I like that. I like this chapter. I like this season. I like it overall.
I do too. I think they could tweak a little bit with either the weapons need a little bit more bloom to decrease their accuracy with the hit scan or something. Something needs to be tweaked there. But overall, I think it's, you know, after chapter 5, this is a massive W for Epic in Fortnite.
100%. 100%. They need to fix, the only thing, in my opinion, they need to fix so far for chapter 6 is the shotguns. I just haven't found one that I like.
Yeah, I don't mind the shotguns not one pumping you every time you get hit by it, but like at the same time, it's like it is a shotgun.
Yeah.
And like hitting a shotgun shot into an SMG is fine, but I don't know. They do just feel incredibly underpowered. It feels like you just can't hit over 80, like no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and you used to be able to have you had a pump and just bang 150 in the face, you know.
Like I really like the fact that they don't one shot and you have to do that pump into the SMG or pump into something.
Right.
But there needs to be I think they could take us, you know, just a 10 to 20 damage buff, so that way you don't have to do like a shotgun, a full clip of SMG, exactly to a shotgun, and then another full clip of SMG is what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, that's like, God, go down.
It's like time to kill is either like with the 3 shots or it's a 10-minute fight. It's crazy. But outside of like the fine tuning adjustments, I think overall the theme's really cool. Everybody likes samurais and ninjas and stuff. That's always a blast.
Yeah, and I think I think they got the movements down to where it's not like super OP, like you're flying around like you're Iron Man and all this other nonsense. You know, I think they got it pretty good.
Yeah, sword feels good. That has that being tied into your sprint and everything. It feels pretty balanced. And then they still have the shocks and
you got the void mask thing.
Yeah, the Omni, the mask is really cool. I'm a big fan of the mask.
Same. Anytime we find it, I'm like, ooh, I want it. Can I have it, please?
Right. And also like it's kind of put a little bit of skill gap in there too, like with its cooldown, or if you and having to time it correctly during a team fight.
Yeah. Yep. You time it correctly, it's deadly.
Oh yeah. And it's great for gap close too. Which I think that and the shocks do the same but different.
Yeah.
I'm just big fan of how they decided to do the movement this time.
I just suck at using shockwave grenades sometimes, so that's why I never use them.
They're good once you figure out. It's like you have to do geometry every time you use them half the time.
I know. And I mean, I'm decent at math too, so, but I'm still just like, I don't want these.
I mean, that's fair. Especially when you have other options at the same time, so.
Yeah. That's the thing, I'm glad OG's back, but it's like OG, and obviously I have been playing since day one, but I haven't played it since 2017, and I just forgot what not having movement is like. There's no movement at all.
Right. So I didn't play season 1 or 2. I came in at 3, which is really when they actually started putting in sense type of movement and stuff like that. Like that's when you had the shock grenades and stuff at least. I don't know if they had any type of carts or anything. They might have had shopping carts.
Yeah, I think they might have had shopping carts.
There wasn't a bit there. I didn't really know Fortnite without like literally nothing, like bare bones. But I think I'll give OG a chance again once it hits like season 3 or season 4 or season 5. But I think for the first season 1 and 2, I might just set this one out and let the sweats play.
Season 2, I think, is when they introduced the grapple gun. I think at some point that was the first movement they had.
Yeah, the grapple gun still slaps. Like
it does. Yeah.
I mean, it's in reloads.
I heard they're bringing back the grapple hook.
Oh, that'd be cool. I like that one.
I like the grapple hook. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, just something as long as they, even if they're not. I felt like even if they weren't 100% true to it, like just a little bit of quality of life, like having at least like an option, I think would
Yeah.
take it up a little bit. But I understand why people are enjoying it or why some people don't like it. I mean, there's a lot of quality of life that's happened over the last 9 years. Is that
Yeah.
8 years? Something like
Yeah.
that. But
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just a crazy time to be at Fortnite. You have so much new stuff and so much old at the same time. I never
It
thought
really is.
the direction it would have gone.
Yeah. I mean, you log in there, you go, well, I have a variety of games to play now.
I mean, you could easily have that as your only game installed on your computer, and with all the
Yeah.
community games and everything else too. I mean, they're yet again just innovating the gaming space and being something that nobody else is.
Yep. And that was the thing. I see people complain sometimes online about battle passes. You know, when you get like NBA 2K or Call of Duty, it's like, oh, these battle passes. I'm like, well, what's different with them is they come out with a new game every year that you have to buy. Then you also have to get a battle pass. Fortnite is
Yeah,
the same game that I just buy the battle pass. I don't have to spend another 70, $80. So
I mean
it's
it's
the same game.
it's on every system. It's free to play.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to, you never would have to spend money on it. Um, and then the fact that they pay out the creators that make the game modes and stuff like that too, and they just announced the live mode. I think that drops sometime the week of.
Wednesday,
Okay, yeah.
December
So
the 11th. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Because I planned on because when I planned on streaming Wednesday night I was going to try that out and see how that was because it's all first person too.
yeah. I mean, it's a CS:GO Valorant
Yeah.
combo
Yeah.
thing. I mean, that's probably I don't know if outside of MOBAs, like esport, like competitive wise, it's top two. I would probably
Mm-hmm.
argue that MOBAs would probably be one worldwide, but especially like America side, like FPS and stuff like that, like that's the way to go 100% for like the competitive scene and really
Yep.
give another avenue of gameplay. I mean, with all the Fortnite talk though, outside of like how you play story games and stuff like that, if you had to pick a game that's currently out and never stream Fortnite again, what would you pick to be your consistent game that you'd be like a main creator for?
Oh my God. So out of the loop with all the games that are out now. And I'd never be able to stream Fortnite again.
I mean, not very again, but like say like you just fully transition all of your stuff to being like this like blank type of creator.
Okay.
Like right now, I would anybody who asks, I'd be like, yeah, he's a Fortnite creator.
Yeah.
So if you stop playing Fortnite as your main game, what would you replace your content with?
In all honesty, I've gotten like online wise, Fortnite's really about the only thing that I play, and I really, really, really enjoy good storytelling in a video game. I mean, I couldn't really pick just one on that one. That's the only bad part. But I mean, I could pick a
So
series like maybe
okay.
maybe the God of War series. You know.
So you just be a variety story game,
Yeah.
story game
Yeah.
like creator.
Yeah. I would
So
do that.
doing
I
a
would
lot of
just
like
I would
let's
do
plays and stuff like that.
I do playthroughs on those. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting for you to say, but that makes the most sense. But I don't. That wasn't also wasn't what I was expecting you to say either.
You know what's funny when you asked me, I was like, God, that's a hell of a question. It was a good question. I was just like, I wasn't, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
one of.
there's so much.
I'm always like for those who that question wouldn't work on anybody who's a variety streamer, but those who play the same game who are that type of game creator, like that was gonna really nail down some people and really make them think.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, that's what gets me into the Uncharted and the Spider-Man and all those games. I just was like, I'm bringing out another one. Bet you don't even know what it looks like. I don't care. I'm still getting it because the story's so good. I want to finish the story.
Right.
So.
But you also said you're gonna try out Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, and I almost went to that as my answer when you asked me that question, and I was like, "Well, I haven't played that yet, so I can't." That's not an honest answer.
Right.
But yeah, I'm a huge Marvel nerd anyway, and this was before the movies came out. So I was a comic book nerd to a degree. But yeah, when I saw they were releasing it, I was excited. But then I saw it was very similar to Overwatch, which I tried Overwatch and I wasn't a huge fan of Overwatch.
Okay. I was going to ask you that if you had ever played Overwatch.
Yeah, I played it for I only gave it a few hours. I didn't give it a whole lot of time, I guess, but I just couldn't really get into it. But this is Marvel, so I'm like, well, and it's free, so I'm gonna give it a try. But I've had people tell me that it's better than Overwatch, which for me, that's good, I guess. So we'll give it a try on Thursday and give it a couple hour gameplay and see if I can figure out the characters and what I like and all that stuff. Because I've been watching TikToks and videos on it, and it just looks like mayhem in there.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of like Jeff Olds. It's like consuming people and throwing them off the map. It's like all I've seen on my TikTok and stuff.
I saw one where the match was getting ready to start, and somebody was Doctor Strange, and they made a portal. And then, the portal you walk through, you come out the other side. Well, he made the other side just walk off a cliff, and all 6 people just there they go.
I saw the same one because they all just ran out the door at the same time.
And there they go.
The one weird thing is like it doesn't confine you to a role. So like in Overwatch, how like you have a tank, or so Overwatch you have a tank, two DPS and 2 healers. I was really surprised that they're just like, yeah, play what you want.
Yeah, and they give you all the characters off the grip too.
Yeah, that also is awesome because like I don't, I've played League, I played Overwatch, I play a lot of those like character team v team games. I can't think of a single game off the top of my head that just gives you everything, because usually it's like, all right, you play a little bit, you can unlock what you want. But also, if you want everything immediately, pay a little bit of money.
Yep.
But with that option of you can still obtain everything for free.
Yeah.
So to give out for free, and then it's like
30+ characters too.
Yeah, I think it's 33 to be exact.
Yeah.
And then be like, all right, so how do you make money? It's like, well, battle pass and skins. It's like that's crazy. I really don't. I can't think of anybody that's done it.
Everybody I know everybody loved it. They were like, hell yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's great. That way you're not stuck with it, like just if none of the. A lot of people are probably going to try this because it has the Marvel EP. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
IP. Yeah. That's the word.
Yeah.
And
I knew what you meant.
So like if Spider-Man is locked behind having to play for 20 hours. But they only want to play Spider-Man, they're going to be like, fuck this. I'm not going to try.
Not going to play this.
But, being able to be like, hey, I want to play Spider-Man. And they're like, well, now I can play Spider-Man. Spider-Man's cool. I want to try something else. And then literally having just options of everything else. Like, it's just...
Here you go, the buffet of superheroes for you. Have at it.
Right, yeah, exactly. I haven't tried it yet. I've installed it. And I've messed around in, like, the firing range a little bit, but it's definitely one that I think this week I want to try and throw a stream up and play around with it a little bit.
Yeah, well,
just give it a good try.
If you're on Thursday, you're more than welcome to learn with me, because I'm sure I might get lucky if I get 2 kills in a game. Who knows?
Well, that's the thing too. Is like, you respond to. Well, it also looks like you're only down for like 10 seconds total.
Yeah.
Like if you die, so you're right back in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, not at all. I was watching
Someone's unhappy.
Early.
He wants to be on the podcast.
Right. Just have her as a host. I forgot what I was saying.
My bad.
No, you're good. It wasn't you. I was watching Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah.
And he put up a video, I think it was today, of him playing. He tried out like Venom, and then he tried out a few DPS. But when he played Overwatch, he was like way back, like in the OG days of Twitch, if you can even say that. But like like probably 2017, 2018 time frame.
Yeah.
He played Overwatch 2 as his main game, like his main streaming game, and was ranked top 500 and all that good stuff. So to see him go from that and like, all right, so I'm really like, he got paid to make content for it. It was a ad and all that, but he was like, all right, guys, it's right up my alley. It's like I've been looking. It has a lot of promise. It's already got a strong community behind it because of the Marvel stuff. He's like, guys, if I'm cooking, like it might come back.
Uh-oh.
So like Marvel Rival Tim is a very real possibility.
Uh-oh. Oh.
So I think that'd be cool. Since it's also already out on it's on PC and the consoles. Like it has that cross platform, so everybody can
Yep.
play together already.
This is
Like
awesome.
it just has so much for it just now coming out in open beta.
Yeah.
The
And
things
it's
that
like here, yeah, all kinds of stuff.
because I actually played a decent bit of Overwatch 2, probably a little bit or not Overwatch 2, Overwatch pre-COVID. Probably just like a month or two. And then I was like, this is cool, but I didn't really have a lot of people I knew that play it.
Yeah.
This is something that I could get behind and really get into. Like if you and some others like were like, hey, this is actually kind of fun. Let's keep playing Fortnite, but also throw this into the mix.
Yep.
I think that having 2 games to kind of jump back and forth after getting tired of getting shit on by 12-year-olds Fortnite.
Exactly. I was about to say that. I was like, it'd be nice to change over so it won't be as, well, maybe not as stressful. It'll still be stressful to a degree, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. After you get worked so many times, you're just like, bro, go play something else.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it looks good too. Like it looks clean. It's polished. I wasn't so sure about it at first when I first saw some of the content coming out around the alpha.
Yeah.
But I also was like, whatever. It's probably just gonna be big hype for like half a second and then die off. But I mean, right? I mean, it's still new. It's fresh, but it's sitting at 103,000 views at the second.
Really?
For the category.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it looks fun, and I haven't played a game like that in a long time, obviously. But so it'll be a hell of a change for me. But I welcome it. And like you said, it'll be nice to, stream Fortnite one night, stream Marvel Rivals another one. Just have something else to throw in the mix every now and then.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be nice.
All right, just keep on going about the content stuff.
All right.
As we're starting to get towards the end of the podcast, so what would describe? This is a fun question. What would describe your streaming setup, but you can only use food metaphors?
Give me a second. I can good food metaphors. Give me a sec. This sounds fun. Man, put me on the spot with that one.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'd say my gaming setup is. I'd say I'm more of a. I don't even know if this is really a metaphor. It's the only thing I can think of. I'm more of a Texas Roadhouse. I'm not too pricey, but I'm fun.
That can be taken in so many different directions.
Big fat.
That's funny. Okay, I like it.
That's the best I got. That's the best I had. I was like, I want to give something good here,
That's hilarious. All right, that was I was not expecting. I was expecting you to use like a food or something, but Texas Roadhouse. I'm fun, but I'm not too expensive.
I was thinking it. I was just like, I can do a good one with a restaurant that I think is pretty accurate and funny.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's pretty funny. You threw me off, man. So, all right. So, what's another one that's not food related? But what do you believe? Actually, no, this is a pretty good one. So, since you're cheap and fun, what else do you think brings viewers and people coming back to your stream or content in general, like your streams, your Insta Reels or TikTok clips or any of that?
Well, speaking of cheap and fun, no, I'm kidding.
I also get bread out.
Well, I mean, I guess with me, if I had to, in my opinion anyway, I'm pretty chill. I'm easy to talk to. I'm easy to come in and say hi to. At least I try to be. So I try to make it as welcoming as possible for anybody that wants to come in and stick around and hang out with us crazy kids. But yeah, that, and I try to, I try to make funny content. I love making people laugh. I think laughter is something everybody needs. I think you can find just about laughter in just about anything, no matter how bad the situation is. But, stuff like that, I really like doing that. And I like staying real. I like staying true to who I am. And, what you see is what you get when I'm streaming. I'm not any different in person. So, I think being who you are, having consistency, and, making whatever content that you think is going to drive viewership or bring people back, then I think do that. And for me, I think making the good shots and the good wins and the good snipes and all that stuff. Yeah, obviously I do that too. But I think making real funny content and stuff that happens in games or conversations with your friends, or whatever, I really, really enjoy doing those. So
Yeah. I think
that's me.
I think you also capitalize on that really well, especially with like your shorts content. Like be able to even take like your bad gameplay. The one I'm thinking of is you got knocked by. I'm pretty sure you're knocked by the dude, but the guy had like some really just off the wall name, and purely because of that guy's username, your TikTok just went bonkers.
Yeah. Am I allowed to say his name?
I don't remember what it was, but yeah, go ahead.
It was man-sized meat. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Some of it still haunts me to this day.
All you're thinking about is man-sized meat.
Unfortunately. Oh yeah, dude, that was. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I gotta share that with people. That's so funny. I mean, just I love a good gamer tag that's gonna make me laugh. So, no matter how revolting it may be. But
I think I don't remember your reaction exactly, but it was just like I got knocked. I got knocked by man side. All right, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, really. This
I think
is my
your
demise?
reaction it was hilarious.
Oh man, that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
How old is he now?
8 months today.
8 months today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it. It's almost been a year. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
That's telling me, dude. It's weird.
He says, I'm living it, bro.
Oh yeah, it's getting big too.
Mm.
Yeah. Talk about you. Funny personality. I picked her up today, and apparently like, every other baby in there was just like terrible today. They're like, she's so good. I was like, she's all she's chill.
That's the best kind.
Just vibes, talks. Yeah. All right, man. I think podcast wise though,
Think we're good?
It's a good hour. Yeah.
Yeah, roughly.
With my stuff I add in later.
Cool.
That's a good conversation, man.
Yeah. I was a little nervous because I was just like, I want to make this bad for him.
No, you did great, dude. This is your first ever podcast too, right?
Yeah, I've never done this before.
Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you having me. It was fun. I'm happy to do it again. If you need it.
Yeah, I'll definitely have you on again sometime in the future, for sure.
Yeah, and I think too, once you get a few people on, you might be able to start having like 2 people on at once. Have that dynamic.
Really get into that groove and
Mm-hmm.
start throwing people around.
Yep.
I don't know if that was the way to say that, but anyways, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Unplugged with Buddy Red. Please go check out AJ, twitch.tv/vintageAJ. Instagram is at vintageAJ as well, and TikTok is vintage. It's just they're all vintage AJs, right?
Tongue twister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
they are.
if you got a social there, you know how to find it. All the links will be down below as well if you want to click on some links. Anyway, thank you again for coming on, and it was great. You did awesome.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely, dude. I appreciate you having me, man. I really do.
Make sure you guys check out Vintage AJ. Funny content, good games, everybody's favorite Gramps, and
I can be your favorite Gramps too, people. I promise.
and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.